guys, so my name is Michelle and today I'm going to be doing the Booktube newbie tag. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're coming back to this channel, I'm so sorry for what I've put you through because I used to make videos on Booktube, so I'm not exactly a Booktube newbie. I'm a Booktube returnee, if that's even a word, because I used to make videos when I was about 12 to 13 years old and I was very high-pitched, talked really fast, and the videos were incredibly cringy, so I'm so sorry for those of you returning. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, great, because I've unlisted all those videos, they don't exist anymore, and the only people who know about them are my friends. So let's get into the video. I'm going to be doing the Booktube newbie tag today. I have the questions on my laptop here, so I'll be just looking down and reading off the questions. Okay, so the first question is, why did you start this channel? So originally, if we're going like all the way back to when I was about 12 or 13, it was because I wanted to be like all the other booktubers, like Raylene LeMay, Ariel Bissett, like all the originals, Jessie, you guys, if you know them, you know them. And I just wanted to make book videos because I loved them. I was going to the library like every single week, taking 20 books out, making book hauls, reviews, all of the above. And I guess I wanted to do that again because I fell out of love with reading somewhere like during high school, and then I came back to it at the end of high school because probably all those readings we had to do, not the best. As y'all know, required reading sometimes, especially in college, which for those of you who are returning, I'm in college. For those of you who aren't, just want to know, I'm in college. I'm a sophomore in college. I'm studying English, which is the most stereotypical answer I could give, but there you go. So the second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? So number one is inconsistent uploading because I'm a student and I'm never going to get uploads up, but also I think I don't have a specific genre. I know a lot of people here on YouTube have a specific genre they like to read. I don't really. Honestly, I prefer to read like everything, whether it be nonfiction, contemporary, fantasy, science fiction. I like them all. Historical fiction, I still have trouble with, but I'm trying to get back into it, so you'll see some of that on my channel. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Honestly, building a community again. I think that's probably my favorite thing, just communicating with people from all over the world and talking about books, because not that many people in my life love books, even though I'm an English major. Oddly enough, I don't have that many English major friends. I guess it's just you want some variety, right? You don't have all English major friends. So you guys are my English major friends, even though a lot of you probably aren't even in college, but whatever. Why do you love reading? So this is an interesting question because there's so much to say about it. Reading allows me to escape. That's probably the most obvious answer. I think a lot of people need something to kind of keep them grounded, or not even grounded, but afloat in life, and reading is that for me. I think when life gets a little too overwhelming, I just turn to my books, I read them, and I feel so much better afterwards. And it's great for having some alone time. Like if you find that you're struggling to have some alone time, whether you have a partner or you're living with other people, I think it's a great way to just kind of like let people know you want your alone time and enjoy it if you like reading. Also discussions about books. Love them. Okay, next question is, what book or series got you into reading? Okay, so this is gonna be embarrassing. I used to not love reading when I was about like, I guess kindergarten, so like 5-6 years old. I used to hate reading. My parents like would bring books from the library, like Magic Tree House, and I'd be like, nope, not reading it, threw it out the window. No, I'm kidding, I didn't do that. But yeah, I just basically didn't read. And then in 3rd grade, my teacher just like kind of led me to the bookshelf, and she let me take whatever I wanted from the bookshelf. And I think I grabbed a Junie B. Jones book, and that's how I fell in love with reading, even though that's like the weirdest book to, it's a little kid book, but yeah. So since then, I've been obsessed with reading. Made a Booktube channel when I was 12, so you can imagine, every time I tell someone that, they just laugh, like good-naturedly, but like they still laugh, because it's like such a nerdy thing to do. But yeah, that was my life. I still am a book nerd. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? This is a good one. I honestly did not prepare for any of these, so this is just me thinking off the cuff. Let me think. I think I would ask them what their biggest struggle with reading is, because personally, how do they read so fast? I'm gonna go back to the other one, don't worry. I feel like I always go on tangents, but yeah, so like, how do they read so fast? Because I cannot read fast for the life of me. I know it's like not a competition, but it kind of is at this point on YouTube. People read very quickly, and I'm like, how did you read 20 books in a month if you have a job? I read like 3 to 4 books a month, which is, I think, normal, but I don't know. But back to the other question, I think maybe it's just me, but when I'm reading, sometimes I struggle to like get through it. It's a bit of a laborious process sometimes where I read, but the words get mixed up. It's not even that I have dyslexia or anything. It's just like sometimes I read too quickly and I have to go back, and then some words like get messed up in my head, and it's a whole process. I don't know what it is. It didn't used to happen to me. I'm not sure why it's happening now. Maybe it's because of the lack of sleep I'm getting. College student stuff. Y'all wouldn't understand. No, I'm kidding. I think everybody is, lacking in sleep. But yeah, so I wonder what their biggest struggle with reading is. That could be answered in a ton of different ways, but mine was basically just like reading and not being able to like read smoothly, which is like audiobooks are great for me because they just read it so nicely in your ear and they don't have to mess anything up. They probably do, but they like re-record it to make it perfect. So the next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Probably consistent uploading, because I'm not somebody who's very good at that. Like, I'm not great at time management, but also I think when you grow a little bit bigger, people having their opinions about you, this is just Booktube, this is a very small section of, YouTube, but people still want to have their opinions about you, and they might be true, they might be not true, or untrue. It just still kind of like weighs people down. I've seen it happen. People are really, really rude sometimes, and it's just like, why? Like, we're all here to love books. Just calm down and love books with us. It's not a big deal. So yeah, that's probably it. When did you start reading? I started reading like 3rd grade. So I think I was about, how old are you in 3rd grade? 8, 9 years old, so about then. Actually, I read before. I think I started reading when I was younger. My parents forced me to read. But when I really started to read on my own was like, I don't know why I did that. When I first started reading on my own, it was about 8 to 9 years old in 3rd grade. So yeah. Where do you read? I read everywhere, guys. Like, it's bad. I used to carry a book to family gatherings. That was the kind of reader that I was. I would go to family gatherings. I was like a mute little mouse sitting in the corner reading my book, and everyone was always, oh, so cute. And I was like, I don't want to be considered that, but also I'm putting that image out, so fair. But yeah, I bought books to family gatherings. I don't do it anymore, for the most part. I brought books to like events, like parties when I was younger. I've grown out of this phase. I read on the train because I commute to school and work, and I read at home. So pretty much everywhere, in parks, literally anywhere you can think of, I've read. But not like, maybe even I've read on the toilet for sure. Who hasn't read on the toilet? Who hasn't scrolled through their phone on the toilet? Everyone has. But maybe not like in a volcano. Haven't read in a volcano yet. Wouldn't try it. Okay, last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? So like I said before, I don't really have a specific genre, but I really like contemporary fiction for the most part. I also enjoy sci-fi. I've kind of gotten into sci-fi recently. So I guess those are the 2 genres that I kind of focus on. But I like to read everything. I've gotten into this kind of phase where I guess I've been in a phase where I've just been reading everything that I can get my hands on, and usually they're books that are like rated really well on Goodreads, even though that's not a good way to, ascertain whether a book is good or not, because it's a popularity contest a lot of the time on Goodreads, which I want to make a video about. So if you guys are interested, let me know, because I have a lot of thoughts about Goodreads. Been on there for a long time, have a lot of thoughts on it. So yeah, I think anything that I come across on Goodreads that has a good rating, I'm like, okay, this is probably worth my time, which Desi from Pastel Pages on Booktube has spoken about, where she's like, I don't want to waste my time on books that are probably not going to be good if I don't have so much time. Like, we only have a limited amount of time to read all these books, right? So you might as well focus on the good ones. That's been my mentality, but I'm trying to get out of it, because honestly, you never know. It might be a terrible book when you read it, and a lot of the time you're disappointed because of your expectations, right? We all know that. But yeah, so that's the end of the Booktube newbie tag. Thank you guys for watching this video. I wanted to give you guys a little taster, a little teaser, whatever you want to call it, of what I like to read, because I have a book here that I got from the library. It's Stephen King's The Institute. So this is actually my first Stephen King book. I read his book on writing for school, but that's not really like an actual novel. It's just like a memoir. So we have a novel here, and I'm reading it, and I didn't even make a dent in it. It's barely a dent. It's a big book, and I don't know why I decided to pick this up. but I'm trying to read this during the month of December, and I was gonna make a November wrap-up, but it was too late, so I'm gonna make a November and December wrap-up, and probably my favorite books of 2019, hopefully. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.